In this video, I'm going to share with you the DM script change that we've been implementing with our students that's allowing more calls to get booked and more closes to come through the sales process. Now, you guys might be familiar with a DM script. Essentially, what a DM script is a process of questions that you ask your prospects in order for them to open up, for you to be able to assess and diagnose their situation, you to offer a solution, and then get a sales call booked. Now, what we've been doing is we've changed a few of the questions in our sales process to be less binary and more open-ended, so that way you can get a little bit more information from the prospect and you can assess and diagnose a little bit better. Now, let me talk about the old way of doing DMs and why it's no longer the best solution possible. The old way of doing DMs is asking questions like, what are your goals? What are your challenges? What are you struggling with? And the problem with these questions is the questions, what are you struggling with and what are your challenges, is that most people don't exactly know what they don't know. Most people might either think that the challenge and struggle is something completely different from what it actually is in reality, or they might not even know where to even begin because they're not expert. Going into a doctor's office and you're feeling sick and the doctor says, well, what's wrong? You don't know. That's why you're there. And the problem that this will create is that it will create prospects that don't know what the pain point is, they don't feel enough pain, or they just don't think anything is wrong. Great example of this could be someone who's 250 pounds, wants to get down to 200 pounds, and someone asks, hey, what's wrong? I've been stuck at 250 pounds for the last 6 months. I know the problem though, I'm just not working out hard enough. Okay, was that actually the issue? Is there actually a lot more going on? If this person thinks that the problem is that he's just not working out enough, then there's not going to be enough buy-in for him to want to book a call to have that problem solved, because he thinks he already knows the solution to the problem. Asking those questions doesn't put you as an authority in the conversation. Instead, what you want to do is ask questions like this. Tell me more about your nutrition. Tell me more about your training. Tell me more about your sleep. Tell me more about your mindset. Tell me more about your routine and your lifestyle. When you ask them, hey, tell me about this area of fitness, you're not asking them to self-diagnose. You're asking them to simply tell you what they are currently doing. And in doing so, you're going to be able to properly assess and diagnose the issue. If someone didn't realize that the problem was their routine and their sleep and their nutrition, they just thought they weren't working out hard enough, well, it's going to be hard for you to leverage a call because they think they know the solution already. Whereas if you ask them, hey, tell me about your training, tell me about your nutrition, tell me about your lifestyle, and he says, oh, I'm training 6 days a week, but I'm not really doing anything with my nutrition. I just try to eat healthy, and I'm not really tracking my macros. I'm not really following a plan. I just try to eat healthy, and my lifestyle is super crazy. I'm only getting about 4 or 6 hours of sleep per night, and I definitely could be better when it comes to going to bed earlier. It's like, okay, well, I don't think it's necessarily the workouts. I think that there's a lot that we could do with your sleep, your routine, and your nutrition. Now you could properly pinpoint a area that they're struggling with, and you can go deeper on that pinpoint. Say, hey, I actually have a few minutes this week. I'd love to give you some pointers and point you in the right direction when it comes to nutrition. Would you be open to hopping on a call and I can help point you in the right direction, right? And you can offer the call once you identify something that you're able to help them with. But the thing is, in order for you to properly identify what you're able to help them with, you have to get them tell you more about what it is that they're doing, and with a well-rounded approach. Now, the thing when it comes to getting people to show up to the disco call is that you have to make people understand that the call is more valuable than the time that they're going to sacrifice by showing, because you got to understand that they are going to be making an investment on time by booking the call with you. And so if you're having a hard time getting people to actually respond to booking a call and actually want to book a call, then it's 100% because they don't think it's valuable enough. And so in order for you to do this, set very clear expectations and create clarity around what they're going to receive on the call. Say, hey, on this call, I'll point you in the right direction when it comes to your nutrition and when it comes to your sleep. I'll get you set up with a custom game plan to help point you in the right direction so you know exactly what to do moving forward. And as a bonus, I have some resources that I keep exclusive to my one-on-one clients that I'll go ahead and send you for free. Let me know if you're interested in booking. So now they know exactly what they're going to get on the call. There's value for them to show up because they're going to actually receive support, and you're incentivizing them with a bonus or a gift for them to show up. That's going to be how to properly set somebody in the DMs with the new way of DMs. You want to essentially assess them in the DMs by having them tell you about their training, nutrition, and their lifestyle. And then you want to incentivize them to show up by giving them more value on the call than is worth their time. Now, if you're having a hard time getting people to actually book, it simply means you're not portraying enough value. So continue rewriting the script. If you guys need help with this, we have scripts inside of PTBI that are proven to work, that have gotten coaches from 0 to 10K per month in less than 6 months. So if you guys want access to our scripts that are pre-written for you, have already been proven, all you need to do is copy and paste, then click the link in the description box below to learn more about the Personal Traders Business Incubator. Now with that being said, guys, catch you in the next one. Peace.